Hey, this is Jersey. You're listening to the Garden State.
You are listening to The Garden State, the only New Jersey podcast that gives you all the news you need to hear this week. My name is Josh Sobo.
My name is Josh Chomik.
And back once more.
With a new microphone, Jimmy Parks.
Oh, your mic came in. I just noticed.
It's sick.
Looks
I'm like
good.
you guys now.
Wow.
I've graduated. I grew up.
Jimmy wanted the same mic as us, and now he got it.
I sound so much better.
You know, this is the microphone that Michael Jackson exclusively recorded his songs on.
Thriller was recorded on this microphone.
What is it, the Shure what?
The same exact one you have.
The SM7B?
The SM7B.
Wow.
It's the best microphone ever.
So, Jimmy, it's funny to think when we started the podcast, Jimmy just would click record and not say anything, and then we gave him a mic and a camera, and
I'm just really working my way up in the world.
yeah, you're really climbing the ladder here.
Yeah.
Well, welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Garden State Podcast. Like I said in the opening, we pride ourselves in giving you all of the New Jersey news you need to hear this week. And
Oh, yeah.
if I can say so myself, like I always say, we do a pretty good job of it.
I think so. The reviews are in. The people love the show.
Yeah, on Rotten Tomatoes, we've got 99%, I heard.
Wow.
That's
Yeah.
a good thing, right?
It's a very big thing. Yeah, it's a good, very good thing.
I didn't even realize.
Well, welcome back, guys. Hey, before we get into any of the podcast this week, I just want to start how we always start. How was your guys' weekend?
Had a great weekend.
The weekend was phenomenal.
What'd you do?
You know, every weekend's great. Yeah, we were on a good streak right here. I feel like every time we talk about it, we're like, it's been great. I golfed, so that was my weekend.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think I golfed twice this weekend. On Sunday, the weather was really nice, so I got out there. I kept on working on my chops.
Where'd you play?
I went to Raritan Landing in
nice.
Piscataway. Nice little short course. Yeah, it's really fun.
Very nice. More golf. Jimmy, what'd you do?
I'm not going to talk about my weekend. I'm going to talk about my Tuesday.
Okay.
Me, Josh Chomik, and Nate from Arizona. We went on a little Taco Tuesday and ice cream run. You're going to yell at me. We went back to Philadelphia.
Nice.
So...
Well, you were in Philly this weekend, too.
Well, I forgot my credit card in Philly last weekend, so I had to go back this weekend to get it. I would have
You just can't stay. You can't stay
I
away from
would have
Philly.
just waited until Tuesday if I would have known that we were going to go to Philly on
Nah,
Tuesday. But
you wanted to go to Philly.
yeah, well, so we went to this Mexican place called El Vez. The vibes,
It's just off the charts.
incredible.
Really?
It just the way everything was laid out, the seating, the food.
Listen, it was probably my best Philly experience. And I always trash Philly, but I actually had a fun time. It was really good. And we got some great ice cream. Nate filmed 2 ice cream reviews.
Yep.
So
We went to 1-900 Ice Cream, which
apparently there's a lot of hype about this place.
yeah, soft serve but amazing.
Yeah.
Really, really cool. And for the first time in my life, I saw a sprinkle putter honor machine. I've never seen anything
insane.
like that before.
Explain to the viewers or listeners what a sprinkle honor machine is, Jimmy.
So you put the ice cream cone into this machine, and then it turns the ice cream cone, so you get this perfect display of sprinkles.
yeah, it's like a wheel they spin of just sprinkles.
Yeah.
And it just engulfs the ice cream cone. It's really, really, I was impressed. I
I've
was
never seen
filming the
anything
girl
like
and
it.
she was like, "Why are you filming me?" I'm like, "I'm making a video right now. Let me film you." And she was laughing, and I was very impressed. It was amazing ice cream.
It blows my mind that somebody invested hours of their life into a sprinkle putter honor machine.
We should look into the cost of that because number one, I want to buy it. Number two, see how much the maker of that thing made in their lifetime because it was so cool.
Oh, I see it right here.
What did you type? Sprinkle?
I said sprinkle machine for ice cream. Apparently it was invented in the 1950s. It was a big thing back then.
Never seen it
So
before.
I guess it got not as popular because people realized they could just dunk the ice cream cone.
Or just take a spoon and sprinkle it on. I mean, there's a lot of ways to crack this egg.
This is an even spread though. With
That's
this
good.
spoon, you're not getting an even spread. Jimmy, what's the cost of that? If you're
$569.
no,
Okay.
it's not.
Yes.
Why?
Sprinkle machine. Right here.
It's just a little tub you put sprinkles in.
Well, I don't know what to tell you.
So
Yeah.
you guys both went to Philly. Jimmy pretended to forget his credit card, so he had to go back to Philly. That's nice.
Yep.
And I haven't been to Philly in probably over a year. Going to be honest with you guys.
It was my first time since before COVID. I don't think I've been there
Wow.
in 3 years. What were you doing there last?
The last time actually, it was probably longer than a year. I went for my last job, so it had to be almost 2.5 years ago.
Wow.
middle of COVID in the summertime.
Well,
It's just like being up here in Jersey. It's a hassle to get to Philly.
let me just tell you something, Josh. If you want to go to Philly, just let me know. I'll take you anytime.
Okay.
I don't think he wants to go to Philly.
No, he does.
No, he doesn't.
Josh, it's kind of like how you said, I don't want to go to Philly. And then you were there. You're like, well, this is so much fun.
I
love
went
it
because
here.
Nate wanted to film an ice cream review, and then we ended up getting Taco Tuesday, and it was amazing.
Exactly.
It was so good. So yeah, that was cool. Shout out to that taco place, whatever it's called. Philly,
Elvez.
you did good, Philly. That was cool.
The nachos, though. Oh.
Yeah. So yeah, not Jimmy's weekend, but Jimmy's Tuesday was off the charts.
Really was.
It was one for the books. It was a good time.
Good.
How about you, Sobs?
Did nothing
Nice.
for a third week in a row.
Give us a baby update.
There's no real update. Everything is the same as last week. Sleep has gotten worse.
I went to Sobo's house yesterday.
Yeah.
And I kicked it with June for the first time. It was, God, Sash has like the most precious little baby on the face of the earth. And I know everyone says that about their baby, but like I sat down next to this little, what is that called? The cradle?
Little swing.
The little swing. While she was swinging away, sleeping peacefully, I was sitting there just staring at her. I couldn't get my eyes off her. And yeah, it was amazing.
She's really good when people come over. So everyone's like, oh, your baby's so great. And then you leave and she's like,
Maybe you should just have more people over.
you guys want to like hang out in my bedroom at 3 a.m.?
I was like,
post up.
yeah, like she kept opening her eyes, and like, and Shelby and Josh were like, oh, she's about to cry, and then she would just close her eyes again. And I think she was just nervous. She was like, she didn't want to see me. That's why she kept closing her eyes.
Yeah.
Wait
Maybe
a
I scared her.
second. I figured it out. Josh, we're really going to help you out here. We're going to move the podcast back to your apartment.
I'm down.
Wow.
Because the baby's great when no one's around, when people are around.
Well, like Josh said, she loves Shark Tank, and he hasn't played the Garden State podcast yet for her. So there's still that possibility that we might be able to put the baby to sleep.
I was laughing the other day when I saw, I don't know if you put it on your Instagram story or where, but you're like, I watched like 3 seasons of Shark Tank in the last week.
Yeah, have you
burning
did you watch
through.
another season since the last time we
Last
spoke?
night we watched a few episodes again. Yeah. I mean, I watch it nonstop. I'm about to build a business. I'm just going to say it outright. This show is inspiring me.
Yes.
I think it's time. My startup. No, I really love Shark Tank. I used to watch it when it first premiered 12 years ago. Like when I was in high school, I liked it. But I really, really think it's an amazing show.
Are
agree.
there
It's so
12
entertaining.
seasons?
There's 12 seasons.
Wow. I've probably watched like 5 episodes in my lifetime. Like all on airplanes.
No, it's amazing. I mean, this stuff these people come up with, man. And I don't know. I like it. So, yeah, I did nothing this weekend. Saturday, really, honest to God, we just kind of hung out.
I think that's what you're supposed to do, though. Like, what else are you going to do as like newborn parents?
Yeah, I guess. You get kind of cabin fever, though. You want to get out. But she doesn't like the stroller yet. So when she gets there, we'll go for a lot of walks. We did get a walk in Sunday afternoon for a little bit.
That's nice.
But yeah, I don't know. She's doing really well, and she's growing. She's gaining a ton of weight, and that's really
I
it.
feel like every comment I see or like every mailbag we've gotten, everyone's just like, congrats, so well, congrats. Everyone's like, it's really cool seeing all the support from everyone. And
Yeah.
Well, today, Josh and I were working together.
Yes.
And I've met this person like 2 times before in
yeah.
my life. And
you have to give him a shout out. He's probably listening.
I know. And we were, I don't know, Josh and I just came up in like a group setting, and I walked away, and then he goes over to Josh and goes, I'm kind of nervous right now being here with Josh Chomick and Jimmy Parks.
And I was like, wait, you listen to the podcast? He's like, I'm a listener. I'm like, that is so cool. Like I met him like 20 minutes before that, and like I thought it was just a normal encounter. And then later he's like, "Yeah, I listen to the pod." And I'm like,
That's awesome,
dude,
man.
it's left and right. Like all Jimmy's coworkers starting to get on the way.
Are these all young people, like our age group?
No, I'd say he's older than us.
Yeah,
I
this
would
guy's
say
probably a little older than us.
late 30s, maybe
Oh, cool.
mid 30s.
I love it.
I'm bad at guessing.
It's a
people's
good
ages.
feeling. It's really cool.
That is really awesome. Well, guys, before we get into the news, what do you say we crack open this mailbag?
Let's crack into it.
Joe, what's that number people can call if they want to give us a little voicemail in the mailbag?
Yeah, if you want to call into the mailbag,
908 67 99 99 3.
That's right. You can call in, leave us a little message. Actually, before we get into the mailbag,
tell them, quick backstory. Tell
as
them what
we were
happened.
setting up the podcast, we got a phone call, and I think I screwed up the audio, and we answered it, but there was no one there. So we're going to call this number right now and see if somebody picks up.
I hope they are next to their phone.
Hello?
Who's this?
This is Cody.
Cody, man, we've been trying to answer your call. We're in the middle of recording our podcast, and we got your call, and we wanted to just do a live mailbag conversation. Is that all right?
Whoa, I guess so.
we were setting up the podcast, and we saw your call come through. We tried answering on the spot, but our audio settings were messed up. So we ended up missing your whole entire call. So we're sorry about that.
It sounds like you're driving right now. What road are you on?
I am actually driving home from Florida.
Wow. What
So-
state are you in?
I am on my way back. Right now, I am in North Carolina.
Nice.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah,
That I-95 corridor, huh?
that's it.
All right. Well,
What's up, Cody? What did you want to share on the mailbag today?
Well, I was just calling to give you guys a shout out, tell you guys I enjoyed the podcast. I'm actually live in Pilesgrove,
Okay.
which is the home of Cowtown.
Cowtown
Yes.
Rodeo.
listen, man, we love it
Yeah.
down there. That's
So
God's
I-
country.
Yeah, and that is, and I work as a beekeeper there, so that's the perfect part of
Really?
New Jersey.
So could you get us
Yeah.
some local Jersey honey, you think?
Oh yeah,
Do you have a business?
I work for a company there, Harvey's Honey.
Okay. What was it called?
Yeah, Harvey's Honey.
Okay.
Shout out to Harvey's Honey.
Shout out to Harvey's Honey on the podcast.
Yeah,
well,
man.
if you want, send us some honey and we'll give you guys a good shout out on the podcast. But
There we go. Yeah, I enjoy it, man.
so you're just driving home
Anyway,
from Florida.
my brother. Yep, we all our bees go down to Florida in the summer in the wintertime. So we're in the process of shipping them all back to New Jersey right now.
Oh, cool.
Sick.
Wait, the bees?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, the bees. Yeah, it's too cold in New Jersey for bees, so we ship them all to Florida.
That's crazy.
That's
I
the
never
coolest
knew that.
job.
Wait a second. So what happens to bees in the wild in New Jersey? They just die?
I mean, they can survive the winter, but it's an easier chance for them to survive and for us to keep them healthy when it's in a warmer climate.
Gotcha. Oh.
So what does the
Yeah.
transportation of that look like? Like, how do you transport all these bees? Obviously, you're in the hive,
they-
but
Yeah, they get stacked up on the back of a flatbed semi, and big net goes over top of them.
sick.
Oh, they must be
That's
having
so
the
cool.
time of their life. They're like, we've never flown this fast before.
I've never talked to a beekeeper before. This is so interesting.
Are you nervous?
I am. I'm impressed. I'm blown away. Like, this is so amazing.
Well, what were you going to say?
Yeah,
So
I think
I'm sorry. I keep interrupting you. I interrupted you before you were going to say something. Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh no, I was just calling to give you guys a shout out. So you guys enjoyed everything. So
Thank you.
Well, hey.
yeah, if you guys are ever in the area of Route 40 there in Pilesgrove, that's where the company's located, and we got a store there. So
Let's go. What's the store called?
Harvey's Honey.
it's Harvey's Honey.
Dude, we need to go. Dude, we'll hit you up. DM us on Instagram, and we'll keep in touch.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man. Awesome.
Thank you.
So I don't know if you guys remember, my brother was actually your guys' first mailbag call.
No way.
Really?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What's your
Yeah.
brother's name?
So Wade.
Wait.
I got to go back. Hold on, because we switched Gmail accounts. 1 second.
We did emails first, though.
Oh, we did. Shoot. I can't.
Yeah,
there's
we'll
no
have to
way
find
I
it later,
We'll have
yeah.
to find it later, but
That's awesome.
that's awesome. Well, hey, have a safe drive. Keep those bees safe. And
Awesome.
thank you for listening to the podcast, man.
Yeah, man, not a problem.
Have a good one, Cody. Thank you.
Later, Cody.
Yep, guys. Take
Bye.
care.
Wow, that was like
Sick.
the first time we ran. We didn't know what to expect calling this dude, and he's a beekeeper. So that's one of the coolest jobs I've ever heard about.
That's what's so cool about this podcast, though, right? We're connecting with the people. When would we ever just like have a conversation with a beekeeper, right?
I don't know.
Like-
I always wanted to get bees. Like have a little beehive in my yard.
I know people who do that.
You get some fresh honey.
Yep.
I wanted to say one thing. I just have one gripe because I think that call probably annoyed the listeners because I kept interrupting them. Google Voice has a delay, so it's like you start to speak, but they don't hear it until like a split second later.
Yeah, it's
so
weird.
annoying. I don't know if you can clean that up in post or if that's a pain to do. If it's too much, it's too
I
much.
usually work my magic in post, so like
Okay.
it sounds flawless. But yeah, it's hard sometimes.
It's annoying because I feel rude talking over somebody, but that's because there's a delay and they don't think we're talking, so they start to talk and okay, whatever. All right, let's check out one more mailbag.
Shout out to Cody. Yeah.
Let's see this mailbag caller, and then we'll get into the news.
Hey guys, the Garden State, what's going on? My name's Dominic. I grew up in Brick, currently in the military out in Japan. I just wanted to say I love the podcast, love keeping up on the news every single week. Josh, congratulations on your kid.
Thank
Jimmy,
you.
every weekend, man, I hear you're in Philly. And Josh, that's pretty good, man. You got underneath 100 in golf. Just want to say I love the podcast. I should be sending you guys some stuff soon. Actually, no, I sent it out yesterday.
No way.
And it should be there soon. Send you guys some stuff from Japan. Hope you like it. Thanks.
Wow.
We salute. What's his guy's name? Dominic.
Dominic,
We salute you, brother.
Well,
thank you for your service.
Yeah, thank you for your service.
That's pretty sweet.
What do you think he's sending us?
Maybe it's sushi?
He's not gonna ship sushi. I'm thinking like Japanese candies.
I was
and all
thinking
that
candy,
good
yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, I was going to say, what are those little pretzel rods with the stuff on them? That's Japanese, right?
Oh, Pocky?
Pocky?
I think so. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I think Pocky's Japanese.
Wait, were you at the post office today?
No?
Oh,
yes. Yes, I was.
You didn't check PO box.
No.
Oh, I wonder if it's in there. I gotta go
Shoot,
tomorrow.
we should have gone and checked. Well, you could go check right now. They let you in.
You know, we don't ship internationally, but like Dominic, we should find a way to send Dom some like merch or some goodie just for
Definitely.
his good service.
We'll have to see what he sent us, how valuable it is, and based on the value.
Well, I think him serving overseas is enough.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah,
valuable.
I'm kidding. I'm just messing. But no, thank you, Dom, for your service, and thanks for the call. We gave a few shout outs there. Jimmy, every weekend in Philly.
The people know.
You know, I disappointed him again this week
Why?
because I was in Philly.
'Cause that's right.
I went to Philly twice.
It's pretty cool that we have someone in Japan listening to the pod.
I
It's
wonder
so
if,
cool.
Remember a few months ago we had that mailbag caller from Australia who was like coming to New Jersey and somehow like just listened to
Yes.
our podcast. I wonder if she ever went to Jersey yet. Do we know when her trip was?
No, I don't remember.
Oh, true. Yeah.
Yeah,
She should call back in and tell us about her Jersey adventure.
I agree.
Well, if you want to call into the mailbag, if you have something you want to say to us, it's a very simple number. We'll play it one more time for you.
908 67 99 99 3.
You can call in literally 24/7. We're not going to answer you unless you're
We might answer you.
unless we're recording the podcast. Then we'll answer it.
A little fun fact for listeners.
should we-
Wait, listen to this. We record our podcast usually every week. It changes.
I was about to say the same thing. So go ahead.
Like, if you're ever curious and want to like bug us and call live into the podcast, we usually film on Thursdays, like around 6 p.m., 6 to 7 p.m. ish. And Josh's laptop is connected via Bluetooth, so we will get the notification. So if you ever want to call in live and surprise us, just know we film Thursdays between 6 and 7. Sometimes we change it up. So
Yeah.
no guarantees, but like it would be pretty funny. Little fun fact there.
Please call in. That'd be really hilarious. All right. Should we get into the news, guys?
Let's do it.
All right. Before we get into the news, we want to let you know that we have a new t-shirt, the Central Jersey Exists shirt.
back.
In black with an off-white kind of ink, very vintage looking. Also, we have our Garden State Diner Club mugs available. The best way to drink a hot cup of coffee, the best way to live the Jersey lifestyle. You can get them today on thegardenstate.com. Thank you all for your support. Buying merch is the number one way to support the Garden State pod.
Number one way.
Keeping us ad-free since 93.
Whoa.
Oh, I timed it perfect.
Amazing.
Head free since 93.
Were any of you born in 93?
No.
No.
It just sounded good.
I was
95.
I was 92. Yeah, and so
Ad-free since 23, we could say. But, I mean, we've been
Nah.
going since before then. All right, let's get into the news. The first story of the night. 2 New Jersey moms are suing hospitals over failed drug tests that say they were caused by poppy seed bagels.
This is
Jimmy,
another episode of Seinfeld.
it's another Seinfeld episode.
Another
You
episode of
guys,
Seinfeld.
everything is Seinfeld on this podcast.
Seinfeld
apparently.
it's prophetic. It's like every Seinfeld episode relates to life. Literally, failing a drug test from a poppy seed bagel is an entire episode of Seinfeld.
Did you guys know the whole poppy seed thing? How it looks like
Yeah, it looks like
in your
opium.
body. My mom used to tell me as a kid all the time, being like, "Don't
Really?
have a poppy seed bagel before you go to the doctors
What?
because they might drug test you and you might fail because of it."
It's really like
It's so funny. She's like, "Yeah, you're not eating a poppy seed bagel today."
that's super nerve wracking.
So like my whole life, I think about it now. I'm just like, I wonder if I have a poppy seed bagel if I'm going to fail a drug test. And apparently, these women
Yeah.
got a surprise drug test. It's kind of crazy.
Well, it says 2 New Jersey moms are suing the hospitals where they gave birth for being drug tested without their consent ahead of their deliveries. They each say they ate a poppy seed bagel, causing a false positive result, and the hospitals to report the women for possible neglect or abuse.
Wait, so is that legal? Can they just randomly drug test a pregnant woman without their consent?
No, I don't think they're allowed to do that.
That's crazy.
Well, so let's see what happens. So it says through the American Civil Liberties Union, or the ACLU, the mothers referred to in their complaints as Kate L. and Caitlin K. say both hospitals violated New Jersey's anti-discrimination laws. They're asking the State Division of Civil Rights to order the hospitals to stop drug testing expectant mothers without their permission and to create policies and staff training related to drug testing. So here's a quote. It says, "No one should be subjected to unnecessary and non-consensual drug tests. Our clients are sending a clear message to hospitals that these testing and reporting policies are unacceptable." Now, here's where it gets really frustrating. I'm going to tell you about one of these ladies' stories. Her name's Kate. So for Kate, who craved everything bagels, which are rolled in sesame seeds, garlic, salt, poppy seeds, and other ingredients throughout her pregnancy, picking up a bagel was routine, including on September 20th, 2022, when she was admitted to Hackensack University Medical Center. Kate ended up having an emergency C-section and her baby was placed in the NICU, according to the complaint. The mother says hospital staff kept her and her husband in the dark about her urine sample being tested for drugs and showing up positive for opioids. They didn't know they were being investigated or why their newborn was still being monitored.
Wow.
So not only did the hospital test this woman without her consent, they were monitoring the baby without these perfectly healthy parents' knowledge and assuming this lady was like a drug addict. it
no
sounds like.
way.
So citing
All from a bagel.
all from a bagel, man. So she said, I felt like doctors were questioning my character and parenting skills, Kate said in a statement published by the ACLU. I'm terrified of ever going to a hospital again. I'm always going to worry that our family could be torn apart. That's why we are doing all we can to stop this from happening to anyone else. You know, as someone that literally just went through the experience of childbirth, well, my wife did. If it's your emotions are so high, there's so much happening, and for hospital staff, not the parents of your child, right? These are just strangers that work for a hospital, right? That you're trusting to take care of you. For them to assume you're not the best caretaker of your child, they actually are. In a case where your baby's healthy and you're healthy, that's infuriating. Like that, I hope they win this lawsuit.
I would flip out. I don't know what I would do.
A poppy seed bagel.
Also, like the surprise drug test, you should know if you're being drug tested. Even if you are on drugs, like even if you are doing the wrong thing, like you should be told, like, hey, we're doing a drug test on you.
By the way.
Yeah, by the way.
I mean, if eating a poppy seed bagel makes you a drug addict, then lock me up, boys. Man, wow, that's crazy. Well, we'll have to see what happens here because I think this is one of those situations where I hope these women win, and I hope these hospital employees are shamed.
You think every hospital is doing this, or like a lot of hospitals?
Yeah,
are
I
doing
think
that?
so. But here's the other thing: is like sometimes if someone is a drug addict, like say they're addicted to crack and they give birth to their child, maybe it's good for a hospital to go, hey, they're an addict and we got to monitor this baby's health. But I don't know what the legality is there, right?
Yeah.
So you could say there was good intent here, but this is like a good idea gone completely awry.
Well, yeah. Shouldn't the mother be asked, hey, what have you been eating? Like, what did you eat before, like, coming to the hospital, right? Like, maybe that should be asked first before accusing them of being drug addicts,
Yeah,
right?
I agree. No,
Like, whoever is accusing them or whoever's doing this at the hospital, how do you How do you not know that? First off, you work at a hospital.
Yeah.
You should know that people eat poppy seeds and it pops up in drug tests.
Absolutely.
So that poor woman, bro, man, that whole family going through it.
They're going to get a nice little check out of it. And
Oh yeah, they're probably stoked on that.
listen, man, a lawsuit with a hospital where nobody's injured. I mean, I guess there's emotional turmoil here.
Yeah.
But they're going to be all right. But that stinks. I mean, if I went through it, I'd be pretty ticked off that anybody could think, they could assume something about my family.
Yeah, imagine them just like calling out your wife, like, "Oh, your
drug
wife
addict.
is a drug addict. We're gonna report her now for being an abusive mother."
As
Like,
she's
what?
just gone through a C-section nonetheless, and the baby's in the NICU. Like,
Even worse.
I don't know. That's pretty scary. But the ACLU is on the case, so they are going to get their comeuppance. Is that the word? Comeuppance?
Competence.
No.
What? Commentance? Comps. Compensation.
No, comeuppance. A punishment or fate that someone deserves. Comeuppance.
Wow.
Wow.
That's how you spell it? Come up pants. that's how it's spelled.
You're thinking of a comeuppance. You never heard of that?
Comeuppance.
No.
Jimmy, you haven't?
No.
No, I haven't. See, good. I don't feel as bad now. Comeuppance.
This week's Garden State word of the week is
Comeuppance.
I like
Sounds
that.
like Muppets.
We're like Sesame
How
Street.
do before we move on, how do you guys say bagel?
Bagel.
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 Are we saying it the same way?
What's the other way to say it?
I don't know. People always are, you're saying bagel wrong. You're from Jersey.
Bagel.
People are like bagel. Bagel or bagel? It's
Bagel.
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 Bagels.
See, I don't know.
People are like, it's bagels. I'm like, what?
Bagels.
No.
What are you, from Boston?
Exactly. I don't know. People are like, oh, you don't say coffee. Coffee. Yeah, I said coffee because
It's coffee.
I don't understand.
Water.
Water.
Oh, so you said a word. Put. Oh, how do you say put?
But
Put. No, sorry.
What?
Put.
Put.
Put, right? Everyone's like, you're saying it wrong. You're saying poot. I'm saying put, right?
I don't know.
I don't know what you're talking
Okay, confidence boost. Someone criticized me for the way I say put, and I have a little lisp, so that's
You got
why.
to stop reading the comments because most of our comments
No,
are
it was from a friend.
Really?
Yeah, years
not
ago.
a real
I don't
friend?
remember. My friends are always ripping on me.
Okay. Well, we're gonna let that one go.
Bagel, bagels.
The second Joker movie is currently being filmed in Belleville, New Jersey.
That's freaking awesome.
It's very cool.
At a really spooky looking spot.
Yeah, this place looks like a mental institution, which is
It was. I was there. I've been there.
Jimmy Parks in his Urbex days.
I was not there as a patient. Don't worry.
Well, Jimmy,
Yeah, we actually visited Jimmy weekly because we're good supportive friends when he was charged there.
Not that there's anything wrong with being in a mental institution.
So,
Jimmy,
Jimmy,
accept it, bro.
what was your experience like when you visited? Because this was in your days when you
This
were
was years ago.
a youth.
Yeah.
And you'd sneak into abandoned buildings,
Yep.
right? For
I went
photos.
with our friend Jacob. I went with Damiano, but he was too afraid to go inside, so he stayed in the car.
Oh, wow.
And I went with our friend Madison and our friend Taylor.
And what was it like?
The inside of the building was already gutted, so it wasn't like super creepy, scary.
Yeah.
And they had a bunch of construction lights on, so it was at night, but it was all lit up. It was pretty cool. I don't know. It wasn't my favorite place in the world to explore, but it was definitely on the list, and I checked it off.
Did you run into any like people or
No.
was it dangerous?
No,
Didn't you fall through the floor?
I fell through a floor somewhere in Newark.
Oh,
Not
okay. I
Belleville.
thought that was the same floor.
No, a different place. Completely different
Well, it
place.
says, is Joker 2 filming at a former New Jersey hospital? Social media seems to think so. Is the Joker running loose in New Jersey? Social media seems to think so. What a weird way to open an article. A major motion picture starring 2 A-list celebrities could be being filmed in Belleville. Pictures and videos on social media show what looks like Joker 2 filming in Belleville at the old Essex County Isolation Hospital. What a weird name for a building, an isolation hospital.
Put a nice tone to it. I don't know.
Yeah, like
That's awful.
like a recovery hospital, right? Many fans believe the movie is the set for Joker Folie à Deux. Did I say
Folie
that?
à Deux.
Folie à Deux,
Fully ado.
which means madness for two in French. Joaquin Phoenix is playing the Joker, and Lady Gaga is set to play Harley Quinn. Phoenix was spotted in New York City on Sunday, so it sounds like this is really going down.
Yeah, I saw like on an Instagram story, the building was being lit on fire.
No way.
Or like there was like a huge plume of like fire like coming
That's
out of it for a
awesome.
scene. So they're like, oh, the Joker I mean, like, yeah, what were they saying? Spoiler alert, the Joker is blowing up Essex County isolation. So
Sick.
Well, I remember when they filmed the first one in Newark, I was driving on 21, and all those little parking lots right near the train station and near Prudential, they were filled with Gotham City vintage looking cars.
That's so
Awesome.
cool.
And police. I have a photo of some of the police, like Gotham City PD cars parked in the lot. And
Yep.
it was really cool to see. It was very, I don't know, it's just cool to see stuff being filmed in New Jersey.
Yeah.
And it seems this is becoming more and more common that movies are being filmed in our state. I think a part of it is the state is trying to incentivize
100%.
cinema in New Jersey, which is why Netflix is coming here, which is why they're
Everyone's
building that
shooting
studio
here,
they
dude.
own.
did you guys watch John Wick 4?
No.
No.
Apparently that just came out, and my friend was telling me there's a scene in a Japanese train station,
Okay.
but he was like, I swear that was in Jersey City. So I did some research, and apparently it was one of the PATH stations. I think it was like Journal Square or something in
Yeah.
Jersey City that they used for like this like Japanese like train station,
Huh.
which is so crazy. Like they're filming everything in Jersey.
I'm trying to find it right now. There's an article. Oh, here you go. Yeah. Journal Square past train station in Jersey City, doubled as Umeda subway station in Osaka.
Isn't that so cool? But like my friend knew the station so well, he was like, "That has to be Jersey
Yeah.
City." This is
Do
not.
I know this person?
It was Nate.
Oh, really? Of
Yeah.
course Nate would know that.
I told Nate, I was like, "Dude, like I didn't even know John Wick 4 was a movie. I don't know any movies. I'm so out of the loop."
I got to watch John Wick 4.
I gotta watch 3. I think I got kind of lost at 3. Like
You think-
1 and 2 are fire,
You think June would like John Wick 4?
bro. All the action and all like the crazy noise from all those scenes and sound
Yeah.
effects that actually might like be good ASMR to put her to sleep too. I don't know.
It's kind of crazy to me to think Joaquin Phoenix is just in Belleville. It's so random.
Yeah.
He's chilling with Frank the Tank.
And Lady Gaga, but Lady Gaga's from this area, right? She's Long Island.
Her
I didn't even know she was an actress.
her aunt went to Mother Seton in Clark.
Clark, that's right.
Yeah. And I forget which album it was, but it has like her high school ID in like the album sleeve.
Talk about random.
Right?
You could not get more random.
But well, there's another movie, I forget the name of it right now, but it's filming in the recreation building that Josh and I grew up going to. So I want to see that movie.
Oh yeah, who's filming? Jonah Hill's there, right?
Jonah Hill is the director.
This is in Clark.
Yeah, and then who's the girl from that Adam?
The Addams Family girl.
Yeah.
Oh, she's like the
Jenna
biggest.
Ortega.
Jenna Ortega, yeah.
Yeah.
So they're gonna be in our hometown in a few weeks, which is wild. Jimmy,
Jonah Hill.
I told Jimmy get us in as press.
Jonah Hill had a big week this week, huh?
What else did he do?
Well, he unintentionally cured Kanye West of anti-Semitism.
Wait,
Did you not see
really?
that?
No, I didn't see
What?
that.
You didn't see this?
I didn't hear anything about this.
Are you joking?
I really haven't.
Kanye
been.
West put on Instagram this week a picture of 21 Jump Street.
Okay.
The cover of the movie, and he hasn't been on social media in months. And he said basically that seeing Jonah Hill in 21 Jump Street caused him to laugh so much that he realized that anti-Semitism isn't fair. It's not fair to blame an entire race for the hurt that a few people have caused him. No. Yes, you didn't see this? Bro, what in the world?
He's insane.
Hold on.
So is everyone just like Team Kanye West again?
I don't think anyone knew how to handle what he said. He said watching Jonah Hill in 21 Jump Street. I'm sorry. It said made me like Jewish people again. This is not funny because of everything there's just so much tension
I
around
don't know.
this.
This kind of proves that he's even crazier
But he
than
said,
we thought.
well, I don't know if he's trying to. I feel like he's trying to comedically weasel his way out of everything he just did, but maybe he's just being crazy still. I don't know. He said, watching Jonah Hill in 21 Jump Street made me like Jewish people again. No one should take anger against one or two individuals and transform that into hatred towards millions of innocent people. No Christian can be labeled an anti-Semite knowing Jesus is Jew. Thank you, Jonah Hill. I love you.
Oh my
like,
gosh.
what in the world? right.
That was the first time I heard about that. That's so crazy.
I can't believe you guys didn't see that. That was like all over my social media page. People saying this is crazy. People saying like applauding him. There's a lot of
Jeez.
Kanye is a divisive person. He's
What a nut.
So let's move on to another story. Shout out to Jonah Hill though for
He's saving the world.
what I was thinking though after seeing that is Jonah Hill had to wake up that day and open his phone with like a million texts.
He's like, why me?
do you think he laughed or do you think he was like how do you handle
He's probably
that?
shaking his head. He's like, why did Kanye bring me into this?
Yeah, I mean,
And then,
Granted, Jonah Hill is very funny.
yeah. And then he's going to be in Clark, New Jersey.
Yeah.
What's the movie called so people can look it up?
Y2K.
Y2K?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
the premise of the movie is actually kind of funny. Jimmy, why don't you hold on? It's called Y2K movie. Let me read the premise. Hold on one second. Are you sure it's called Y2K?
Yeah, but there was another Y2K. So you have to type in like 2023 Y2K.
Okay, hold on. Oh yeah, here we go. So it says it's a comedy film from A24 Films and producer Jonah Hill. The new film titled Y2K is about a group of kids ready to party like it's 1999, and it's set on New Year's Eve right before the millennium kicks in and all hell breaks loose. So basically, it's if Y2K happened and like we all lived through Y2K, but Y2K actually, all the fears that people had actually went down.
Wow.
That's, I think, the premise of the movie. It sounds
it's
really
going to
funny.
be an insane, just crazy movie.
Yeah. So that's all I know about it. I can't vouch for it being.
And they're filming the most random place. Like,
Well,
it's such a
Clark, New Jersey.
Yes.
They looked at all the high school gymnasiums in the world and they picked the
wait.
abandoned brewer school.
Dude, everything's being filmed in New Jersey.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Well, it's the tax credits. All right. Should we move on?
Yes.
All right, this is interesting, this next one. One Jersey Shore town okays a nighttime curfew for those under the age of 18.
So if you're under 18, you have a curfew?
Yep, between 10 p.m. and 6 a.m. in Sea Isle. If you're under the age of 18, you will not be allowed outside.
I don't know. Is it actually going to be pushed? Who knows?
It's again, like, who's checking IDs? Like,
There's going to be that one cop.
I don't know. Call me like an old geezer, but I guess in the summertime, I don't like this.
Let the kids run free. Let them have some fun.
Yeah, but nothing good happens after 10 p.m.
That's what my mom always told me. But guess what? The best times happened after 10 p.m.
I had a lot of good times after 10 p.m.
It's 10 o'clock. Do you know where your kids are? I'm such a
grew up
hypocrite.
listening to
Guys,
that.
we had the best times in high school after 10 p.m.
Bro, remember we used to longboard until like 3 in the morning because there was no cars on the street.
Remember when I
remember-
fell?
Yeah.
I remember going to Belmar with you, Josh. We drove down probably at 12 a.m. and we longboarded up and down the boardwalk in Belmar on the street, actually.
Yeah.
And then we drove home at like 4:30 in the morning. And I remember there was traffic because there was an accident on Parkway North. I fell asleep when the sun was rising, but it was a great memory.
Yeah, dude, like that's, let kids, we weren't doing anything bad. We weren't drinking. We weren't doing drugs. We were longboarding, having fun with our friends, what kids should be doing.
Yeah, there's nothing better than a bike ride
I was
at night
like,
at the
yeah.
beach.
Yeah, so I don't know. Read the article.
So it says a Jersey Shore town on Tuesday approved the nighttime curfew for anyone under 18. The Council of Sea Isle City unanimously approved the measure at a morning meeting in the city clerk's office. The curfew will be in place May 15th to September 15th from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. There are exceptions for minors who are with their parent or guardian returning from a summer job, participating in a recreation program, or in an emergency situation. The ordinance requires the police to provide multiple warnings and opportunities for compliance before taking further action, Mayor Leonard Desiderio said in a statement. Importantly, the ordinance addresses concerns raised by our citizens. As I've said before, we have a responsibility to the public. The ordinance also makes it illegal for any business to allow juveniles on their premise during the curfew hours. So that's one thing I will
so
say.
businesses can get screwed.
Yeah, but like, what about going to the movies on a Friday night with your friends? Like, we used to do that in high school.
you gotta
Like,
be back by 10.
on a Friday night, you go see an 11 o'clock movie.
You
But
gotta
do
be
they
back
have
by
any
10.
movie theaters in Seattle?
True. All the kids are gonna go to neighboring towns now.
That's a good point. Yeah.
I guess like they could just leave town, right? If they
Yeah.
want to go hang out. But still, it's like you want to maybe hang out in your neighborhood.
I think at the end of the day, no one's going to really enforce this unless you're causing like a real ruckus, right? Like if you're just walking down the street with your friends, like having a good time, I don't think anyone's going to bother you.
Yeah.
But still, they could get charged now.
I don't think they're going to. But no, it says in the article that there's going to be like a lot of warnings. So a lot of education up front.
They're
like,
gonna
hey,
realize like
no.
all these. I'm shocked that parents. And maybe the parents are happy about it. I don't know. But
think
like I'm
some-
shocked no parents like spoke up about it.
Yeah, but goes back to like where are parents at? If your kids are out past 10 doing garbage,
It should be the parents' responsibility.
Yeah, why do you need a law for this? Why is this not just like, hey parents, the city goes, hey parents, watch your kids.
Yeah, I had to learn to obey my parents when I was younger. Like if my parents said be home by 10, I had to be home by 10. Because that's what a kid should be doing, So
Yeah, absolutely. So, well,
Seattle City's pretty
Hold
small,
on.
right?
it is small, but I really want a minor, like a 17-year-old guy from Sea Isle, to call into the mailbag and tell us. I want to talk to some punk that's ticked off at the city council, and I want to just hear what he's got to say. So if you live in this area, if you have like a little cousin that lives in the area, give him our number, please. Tell him to call the mailbag. I want to hear. Or if you live in the area and you have an opinion, maybe we're missing some details here. Maybe kids are spray painting under bridges like they always have. I mean, like, listen.
Hey, who hasn't?
They're taking away the voice of the kids.
Yeah, that's right.
They say under 18 you can't vote. You know what? You don't matter to us.
That's right, Jimmy. You're right.
Hot take.
Jimmy's been hanging out with us too long, bro. Jimmy used to be such a tame little boy, and now he's coming out here with the hottest takes.
No, the problem is this new microphone. I like the way I sound so much. I won't shut up.
Oh, what did I just do?
I don't know. You just cut the explosion off.
Well, I mean, Jimmy, I'm just really happy you're coming out with these hot takes. The Garden State's coming alive with Jimmy Parks behind the mic. So, yeah, but if you do know somebody in the area, please call in to the mailbag.
908.
Hey, thank you.
67 99 99 3.
Ding. All right, let's move on. This next story is not all that surprising, being that we live in the Garden State. The state of New Jersey is trying to ban plastic forks and knives from restaurants.
I give up.
It's a nanny
I
state.
give up.
Man, how are you ever going
Why?
to... Hold on. How are you ever going to eat Chinese food on the go ever again?
Exactly. It doesn't make any sense,
You get
Josh.
the little container.
Don't be taking away my plastic fork when I'm trying to eat my Chinese food on the corner at, I don't know, wherever I go get my Chinese food from.
Oh, let me just paint something for you real quick. You go to your local favorite Chinese spot, you get an orange chicken with pork fried rice, egg roll. The egg roll comes in that sleeve with the napkin and the fork and knife and the fortune cookie.
Yeah.
You tear that thing open and you're like, let's go. You pull out the fork. You just start diving in.
It's good.
That's a good night.
But guess what, Josh? Soon you're not going to be able to do it. You're going to have to use your
you're gonna have
hands
to
because
have-
they don't have utensils for you.
You're going to have to have car utensils. Bring a fork.
Dude, this can't pass. Like, I get plastic bags. Like, they got rid of those. But, dude, who's this hurting? Why? Why do we need all these crazy laws?
It's
It's so
year.
stupid.
Listen. A year after New Jersey's ban on single-use plastic bags went into effect, efforts are underway to ban plastic knives, forks, and spoons. The New Jersey legislature is now considering a bill A5331 that would ban businesses from automatically handing out single-use plastic utensils. If passed and signed into law by Governor Murphy, the ban would apply to takeout orders, restaurants, and food trucks. It would also apply to sports and entertainment venues in New Jersey schools. So what's kind of interesting is it said, I want to read that language again. Single-use effect underway from automatically handing out single-use plastic utensils. So I'm wondering are you going to have to request them? Is that what this law is saying? So it says, under the bill sponsored by Assemblyman Herb Conaway, of course a guy named Herb is making it. Customers would make a specific request for plastic utensils. So there it is.
Okay, got you.
So you have to ask for them now.
Okay, so they're not completely banning it, which is good.
So all this is going to do is
just wanna-
frustrate people.
I guess, yeah. Everyone's gonna come back, be like, "Where are my utensils? Why didn't you put my utensils in my bag?" And they're like, "Oh, you have to ask for that now."
It's going to cause accidents because people are going to start driving down the road, and they're going to pull that orange chicken out of the bag, and they're going to bust a Yui to get back to the spot. Like, they give me a fork. Shoot. It also says though the bill would also apply to single-use condiment packages like ketchup, mustard, and soy sauce.
So they're not going to be giving out ketchup, mustard, and soy sauce
They
anymore?
mentioned soy sauce, so this means sushi as well.
That's messed up.
Wait a second, but what about
Chopsticks?
chopsticks? There would.
Yeah, they're fine.
Are they not going to be included?
No.
Sweet.
Because they're not
So
plastic.
Are we going bamboo as a state?
Just total.
Don't some spots have like those wooden or bamboo forks or like sporks?
Yeah,
have you
yeah.
ever had
Yeah,
one
could
of
do
those?
that. Yep.
Yeah, I feel like people do that to be more eco-friendly.
Well,
They don't
I have
work
a big
well.
gripe with bamboo.
I don't.
Big gripe with bamboo.
Jimmy's a bamboo hater.
I'm a bamboo guy.
Listen
but
to
like,
me. Listen to me.
I don't want it as my fork.
I was in Oregon in December. I went into this coffee shop. There was a nice little, bamboo display. This guy, the owner, starts talking to me for like 20 minutes. He's trying to get me hooked on the bamboo. And then he's like, see this? This is my business card. I'm going to give this to you. It's a bamboo business card. And he's like, this thing won't break. He's bending it all different directions. And then I took it home and it snapped.
I'm sorry, Jamie. We had to do it.
That's it.
As soon as you saw your story, I was like, I'm throwing a sound effect in here, but I couldn't find one that made sense. And your story, I was genuinely listening, but then I was like, I was anxious to click a button. And then Chumwick handled that well. Well, so you broke it.
So I'm a bamboo hater. That's all I got to say.
Listen, bamboo is an invasive species,
it's
bro.
invasive.
You plant it, you can't get it to go away.
Ever.
So I kind of hate bamboo too now that you bring it up.
Thank you.
Listen, I guess now we're going to have to start asking for our utensils.
I guess so.
I think it's dumb.
Apparently, New York City recently passed a similar ban, but it will not go into effect until later this year. So there you go. Guys, what if we get into the bamboo utensil business, though, Jimmy? Start selling bamboo
that could
forks.
be a Shark Tank idea, even though it's probably a thing.
shoot,
But you have to put a twist on it, Josh, to make it different. And maybe people at the podcast could help you kickstart it.
Listen to me. This is how you do it.
Dun, dun.
We contact these legislators. We tell them, in your bill, you have to say that everyone needs to buy their bamboo utensils from a New Jersey-based company.
Jimmy, you know the game too well, brother.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have bamboo here in the state, though.
Yes, we do. It's invasive. It grows everywhere.
I know, but it's not like southern bamboo where it's like warm and it's healthy and it's just
pretty
everywhere.
healthy.
Southern bamboo.
Try growing bamboo right now. It's not that easy,
Okay, so
Are you kidding me? Have you been to Rutgers Gardens? It's full of bamboo.
brother, because it's 50 years old. Try
That's-
planting a bamboo garden in your backyard in the wintertime. You got to do it in the summer.
I'll
then
plant
like that.
one in your mom's backyard.
if you keep saying bamboo, it stops sounding like a word. It sounded like you were saying, I thought it was barmboo for a second. I was like, why did you say bamboo? That sounds-
Bamboo.
If we plant some in the backyard, Baba will take care of it, let it grow.
I tried growing bamboo as a kid. My dad, he's like, that's so invasive. The neighbors are going to hate us. I'm like, I just wanted a bamboo garden. Whatever.
Josh was trying to make a little zen space in his yard. His dad's like, get this crap out of here.
Doing.
Oh, we should add that. One of the sound effects we need is a gong. Get a gong. Oh, man, that's good. All right. So New Jersey's just full of very parks and recreation-esque stories. And I think that's one of them. And this next one is straight out of the mind of Ron Swanson and Amy Poehler. Are you ready for this?
Yep.
In Union County, New Jersey, an uproar is brewing over plans to change the county's seal.
You know, I say keep history the way it is. Let's just, it's a historic seal. Leave it as is. Well, who are we trying to please?
I think we need to describe the seal a little bit first.
Okay, so let's do some background to the seal for the listener. So the current seal pictured above depicts the murder of Hannah Caldwell by a British soldier. Caldwell, who is believed to have been the first woman killed in New Jersey during the Revolutionary War in 1780, became a symbol of defiance. Get some Lady Liberty. Get the
It's coming. It's here.
Get me some
I got
American
you.
music. All right, here we go.
America.
She became a symbol of defiance in the fight for independence. Her murder galvanized local militias.
Come on.
Her murder inspired local militias. I don't know why that sentence was twice. Hold on. Her murder inspired local militias, which materially contributed to defeating the British 2 weeks later in the Battle of Springfield. But now, can we get some communist music going now? But now the Union County Board of County Commissioners wants to create a new seal. So this seal is just a woman being shot by a British soldier, and she was the first woman killed in New Jersey, like I just said. And this made people go nuts. The American bloodline. People started going, these Brits, man, we got to hand it to them now. She's a hero. It's depicting a hero, but you know what people are
showing
saying?
off a strong, independent woman just standing up for her home. Okay,
Yeah, but that's the issue because now they're saying violence against women should not be depicted on a county seal.
This seal is hundreds of years old. Like keep it the way it is.
This is our history. It's honoring a woman who gave her life for the fabric of America. And we want to forget her memory?
They don't like it because it shows. They say in real life she was killed inside her home, and in the seal it's like her outside the home with like a gun pointed at her. So that's why they're like,
it's musket violence.
It's musket violence, like Jimmy said. So they're like, oh, it's over dramatic, blah blah blah. It's not good. Dude, who just leave it. No one's questioning it.
Also, let me tell you that I've lived in Union County my whole life.
Me too.
And
Same.
I can't say that I ever realized this was on our county
that's why
seal.
I asked you guys. I was like, who's actually looking at the seal and criticizing it?
I can tell you who. It's a guy named Sergio Granados, and he says the fact that our seal contains the brutal murder of Hannah Caldwell could be viewed as insensitive in today's climate, involving the awareness of gun violence or violence against women. Guys, do you see? This is the point.
so sad.
Can I say this is the point of history? Is if we have to shift history
They just
to
wanna
fit
change it.
how comfortable we are today. Hey, it's insensitive what happened. Well, it happened.
Yeah.
She was murdered, and guess what?
Can't change that.
You know what it sprung? A level of American greatness to defeat the Brits.
She stood up for her family, dude.
Back-to-back World War champs, boys.
America.
I don't know. I think it's just virtue signaling. That's what it feels like. It just feels like people finding a reason to be upset. Nobody's ever been upset by this until now. I mean, if we were able to handle it for the last 300 years.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. All these stupid new just laws and things they're trying to change. Who cares, bro? It happened. Respect it. It's not insensitive to anyone.
So the Historical Society of Union County is very upset by this, which
Good.
I love a good historical society. I want to hang out with a historical society because they just look at old pictures. And
We've been talking about this for years.
I know. So
Also, Union County is 166 years old, not 300. So I'm just,
no, but I get what you're saying.
I love the fact check.
Jimmy. I like your fact check, except
You know
for
what
the
he
fact that the war happened in 1780. Jimmy, she was shot in 17.
Okay.
I see
Yeah,
what you're
but
saying.
it wasn't on the seal
I see.
until 1857.
Thank you, brother. Good call.
Everyone's right.
Okay, so this is what Barbara Lamort, she's the Union County Township Historical Society president. This is what she has to say. The former teacher described Caldwell as a great symbol for modern women, defending their homes, defending their children, defending their values. Don't take this away, she said.
I think it's
don't
worded-
take it away.
I think she said it perfectly. Like, keep it. That's awesome.
My brother,
We salute Hannah Caldwell.
shout out to Hannah Caldwell.
And did you see? Okay, this is what's even worse. Did you see the new options they have people voting on?
What are
Yeah,
they?
it's like a building.
It's a building, bro. Look, go on that article right now. You're gonna see how bad this looks, Josh. It's like, oh my gosh, look, it's just like stupid. It's like, why would we ever use this?
The second one's worse than
Yeah.
the first.
Oh my goodness.
Wait, guys, there's an airplane in it.
Newark Airport. We're replacing Hannah Caldwell with Newark Airport.
That's disrespect
well,
right there.
that might be her in the
yeah,
corner
but
right there.
New Terminal A.
Look at this one. It's just a building.
That's the Elizabeth Courthouse. No shot, bro.
No shot. It's
now that-
awful. It's garbage.
can we make T-shirts now that we know? Can we put the Union County seal?
Of Hannah Caldwell.
Yeah, seal to seal. We'll say.
Yeah, is that copyright or can we just do it?
I think it's public domain, right? It's
Maybe we put Seal's face on it too.
a kiss from a rose. Yeah. Good idea, bro. I think that is a certified hood classic. All right,
Nice.
let's move on to the next story. Enough nonsense. So, New Jersey water companies are monitoring an 8,000-gallon chemical spill in Pennsylvania.
Guys, there's chemical spills weekly now across
Yeah.
the country. Something's going on.
Ohio, New Jersey, I think in Montana or North Dakota, a train just derailed.
they're
Stuff is going
trying
on.
to kill us all, bro.
Stuff is going on. So, 2 New Jersey water companies are monitoring the impact of the release of over 8,000 gallons of a chemical into the Delaware River tributary. The U.S. Coast Guard said the latex finishing material, a water-soluble acrylic polymer solution, spilled into the Mill Creek, Otter Creek late Friday night following a mechanical failure at the Trinzio facility in Bristol Township in Bucks County. The material was 50-50 mix of water and a latex polymer, and the source of the release has not been secured. The Coast Guard said no product was visible along the Delaware during its shoreline patrol Sunday morning. The cleanup was by a number of agencies, including the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency, the Pennsylvania DOE,
A lot of agencies.
all the agencies showed up, and NOAA. So what do you guys think about this? Jimmy, can you fill me in on this a bit?
Yeah, Mr. Philly.
Well, I know a bunch of people were freaking out because Philadelphia sent this mass text message out.
were there.
Well, it happened before that. I
Okay.
think it's just like geo-reference whenever you get in this area. So they kept changing like the timeline, right? They're like, oh, you can't drink water city water after like 6 o'clock tonight. And then they were like, actually, you can drink it until 12 o'clock tomorrow. And then they were like, actually, one
Wait,
more day.
So this was the cause of what happened in Philly.
Yes.
So that's terrifying.
Yeah.
I saw people in supermarkets like lined up with jugs of water.
Because when they sent this first initial message out, people freaked out. They thought we can't drink any water starting like now.
Can I just say, well, I got to get out of this area. I want to move to the country because think about it. I had a contact, let's just say, that worked for a federal agency that was a bureau. And they handled investigations.
It was a federal bureau
of investigations.
Okay. And I believe it was him that said this to me. And he mentioned to me, he's like, future terror attacks are not going to be like 9/11. They're not going to be in your face explosion. It's going to be your supply of water will be destroyed. Think about it. New York City,
it can kill everyone.
All of New York City's water, I think, is funneled in from a water plant that's like, I think it's like an hour or two upstate. All you got to do is destroy the plant, and guess what?
Chaos ensues.
Chaos. No water in New York. Are you kidding me? It would be bad. It'd be very, very bad. Very, very quick.
Same thing with like blackouts and shutting down the electrical grid and all that stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think this is crazy. I think it's weird that these things keep happening across our nation. And I don't know if it's because we're all paying attention or if this stuff always happens, but that's crazy that a chemical spill could, this company, what will be the consequences on this company?
It's huge.
They have to be like $1 billion lawsuit, right?
Easily.
So like we're good though in Jersey, right?
Yeah.
According to this article, like they're monitoring it, but
it's in the Delaware. Like the Delaware,
dude, we're drinking tap water right now.
Oh my goodness,
Well,
that's why
we
I feel
filter
so
tap
crazy.
water, but yeah.
That's why I have a twitch. I don't know. If you live in Philly or that area and you were affected by this, call into the mailbag. Let us know your experience. I'm just going to say it. I'm getting out of this area, guys. Wyoming.
You're leaving Jersey?
Well, when you leave, you won't tell anyone. You'll still do the podcast.
He'll fly home every week.
I'll green screen myself into this chair.
That's easy.
So I don't know. It just kind of freaks me out to think that we're so dependent on structures. Like people don't even realize how dependent they are on, utility companies to make sure that their water's clean. Like there are people that live out in the country that got a well.
Yep.
And they have a filtration system and solar panels, and that sounds kind of nice. When it hits the fan, brother, you're doing your thing.
Hey, sign me up, dude. You got You got a basement for me? I'll come crash.
You want to come hang out at the farm?
Sure, why not?
Wait, a tornado shelter.
Well, if we lived in Tornado Alley, I would build the sickest shelter, dude. Goals. If you don't have a shelter and you're living out there, like, what are you doing?
Sounds fun.
Dig a hole, get a few bricks and some mortar.
I would love to have a shelter with all the food in it and just like, every couple of years, if nothing happens, go post up and eat some of the food.
Well, it's essentially like a man cave, right?
Wait a second. Did you guys hear this happened a few years ago? I mean, it ties into the Y2K story. This guy
He just came out.
Just came out of his Y2K shelter like a few years ago.
It was like 20 years later.
Yeah.
There's no way.
It was around 2020,
It was
I think.
somewhere in Canada.
It was 20 years of him, and he realized he was like,
I think I think it was a little before that, like 2017 or something.
Absolutely insane, though, right?
So, yeah.
Imagine just like waiting that long, just not knowing what's going on. Do you think he had a phone? He couldn't have had a phone.
No, I mean, but wouldn't you think like you would have a backup plan? Like, what if I was wrong?
I wonder if people were, wait, how did he survive? Like,
he had all the supplies.
For 17 years?
I guess so.
So did you guys ever hear about this? You just reminded me of something really random, but did you ever hear about the Japanese soldier that for like 60 years after World War II was in hiding and then came out randomly?
Yeah.
He thought the war, he was like on an island.
He thought the war was still happening.
And then he was in the jungle and he came out and he's like in his 80s now. It was just, this was a while back, but he came out and he's just like, I thought the war never ended.
Oh, that's so
and
sad.
It ended like months after he went into hiding.
Was he like good? Like, how do you react to the world?
I have no idea, but he like apparently would harvest food in the jungle and I don't know. Crazy. All right, let's move on to this last story of the night. This is not a positive one to end on, I will say that, but it's very New Jersey. So a New Jersey family beat up a teenager at his home for doing burnouts on their street.
like you said,
poor kid.
That's Jersey.
And
those people just ruined their lives. That family who attacked a teenager. So good job, guys.
Yeah. It says 3 adults and a teen face assault charges after police said they beat up a teen for doing vehicle burnouts on their street. Danielle Cafasso said a group came to the door of her home Monday evening carrying tire irons Oh my goodness, which they used to beat up a 17-year-old. She posted a profanity-laden ring video, which picks up the commotion outside and sounds of the assault in the house. Cafasso angrily tells the group to leave because he's only a kid. One person is seen smashing a car window.
Shoot, dude.
So Anthony DeSessa Sr. was charged with aggravated assault, possession of a weapon for unlawful purposes, unlawful possession of a weapon, criminal mischief, terroristic threats, and trespassing. DeSenya Sr. was placed in Morris County Jail. They're
all charged with like the same thing.
They're all charged with the same thing. They're all just ruined their lives.
Yeah, and they said they're a family. It's probably like it's like your dad,
Me,
and
my dad, and my brothers,
who
yeah.
went out and just beat up a 17-year-old for doing donuts on your street or burnouts.
Jeez.
How low, dude? Like, how do you think that's gonna work? Like, this isn't a movie. This isn't The Sopranos. Like, what are you doing?
This is Jersey, though.
Such a joke.
Some people get caught up in thinking there's something they're not.
thinking, bro.
What town was this again?
This was in. It didn't say.
Oh, true.
It's a good point. Let me see.
We should mention what town it was in.
What is it? Wantage?
Wantage.
Wantage. Forgive me.
Wantage.
That's. I didn't realize that was Morris County. Okay.
Yo, play the ring video. Dude, we got that?
Let's see.
I would love to see what's going down.
We begin tonight with a fight in Wantage Township that has the whole town.
This is what we're competing with,
asking a
guys.
lot
The
of
news, the
questions.
real news.
Charges have been filed against a local landscaper and 3 others who allegedly beat up a 17-year-old right at his home. News 12 New
local
Jersey's Anna
landscaper.
Leone has more.
It's alleged that Anthony DeSessa Sr. and 3 others showed up to the teen's home.
All right, they're taking our jobs. Fast forward to the good part.
There we go.
You can see a woman run out of the
Wow.
house and run towards the headlights, and you can then hear her shouting for the men to leave and telling them he's a kid. It's alleged that the landscaper and 3 other males were chasing the teen because the teen did burnouts on the road in front of DeSessa's home. Now, according to New Jersey State PD, who
Oh my
policed
goodness.
Wantage Township, the confrontation between the DeSessas and the victim.
Oh, yeah, it's just like
Wow.
it's just a bunch of bleeps.
Horrible.
It's hard
They
to
all
see,
pull up
but-
in lifted pickup trucks, bro.
Yeah, shows a lot.
As somebody with a slightly lifted pickup truck, these people do not represent
Those
me.
guys are losers, dude. They just screwed their lives. We're trying to beat up was a 17-year-old okay? That's why I didn't read in the article. Like, did the kid get away? Like,
He didn't die, so he's probably recovering, but
Okay.
they hit him with a tire iron.
adults beating up a 17-year-old? It's terrible, dude. Not a good look.
Not a good look. Well, that's
It's really sad.
unfortunate for
dude.
everybody because these guys ruined their lives. And this kid, I'm sure I bet he was doing burnouts to be, a little bit of a tool.
That's what kids do, bro.
Yeah, you
Kids are
shouldn't
pain.
do that either. I mean,
You
just
shouldn't be doing it, but kids do it. But you can't show up to a kid's house, like 3 adults at least, and
Yeah.
just trying to beat them up with tire irons, bro.
I agree. I'm
sick in
right
the
there with
head,
you, bro.
dude.
I'm right there with you. So, hey, to our listeners, don't do burnouts, please.
It's really annoying. Like, maybe do it in an empty parking lot, like where there's lots of space.
Yes.
Safe, not on a street in a neighborhood.
Yep.
There's families trying to sleep. People are trying to be safe.
Have you guys ever done donuts or burnouts?
Oh, I did donuts in the snow one time.
I was hoping you were going to say
You hear
that.
Josh eating donuts in the snow. He's so happy.
Well, no, because
Same here.
it's a story. This is a great story, man. I forgot, Jim. Thanks for reminding me. When I was like 17 or 18, I got a Jeep Wrangler, an old 2000 Sport. You guys remember it?
Yep.
And it was snowing in Clark, and I went in the parking lot and I did some snowy donuts. It's fun in the snow.
Yeah.
You're not damaging. The parking lot's empty. It's so much fun. You put it in
Yep.
you keep it in the 2-wheel drive and you slide around. Cop pulls up to me and he said to me, and by the way, I'm with a cop. A cop is in the front seat of my Jeep with me. And the cop pulls up and goes, he said something like, "You better cut it out." And I said, "Okay." He said, "Next time I see you, I'm going to give you one for careless." And he's about to drive off and he goes, and he stops and he goes, "Better yet, reckless." And I made a Vine back when Vine was a thing. And it said, the caption was my impression of the cop that yelled at me in the Target parking lot tonight. And I said, "Next time I'll give you one for careless. Better yet, reckless." That's literally just like that. Lo and behold,
Vine went viral.
3 months later, no, it didn't really go viral. I got like no likes. 3 months later, this cop pulls me over on Raritan Road in Clark.
Wow.
I hurt his feelings that bad. True story.
He knew it was you?
Listen, you ever told you this?
It's been so long, Josh.
Bro,
Over 10 years.
This cop pulls me over and he walks up to my window and goes, "How you doing, Josh?" And I'm like, if this is as an adult now, I'm like, this dude was such a beta. I can't believe it hurt him this bad. Pulls me over and goes, and I'm like, I thought he just knew my name because he ran my plates. And then he's like, and I'm sorry for saying beta like that. People are gonna be annoyed, but like, I just, as a man, like, you gotta have thicker skin than this, than like a 17-year-old making fun of you. So he comes up to my window and he's like, I saw your Vine. And like, he didn't have like a weird, to me, it sounded like a Jersey, New York accent, but he goes, I speak 3 languages. That's why I got an accent. How many languages do you speak, kid? And I'm like, I speak 1. And he goes, yeah, well, we're watching you. And I said, how'd you even see the video? And he goes, we're the police. We see everything. Literally, true. Guys, I'm not even making this up.
That's insane.
Not even making this up. And I was like,
I wonder if you could have, like, can you just pull someone over for no reason?
No, I don't
like
think
that?
so.
Like,
I have a family member that's a cop, and he was laughing about it. He's like, dude, I don't think he's allowed to do that. But you can't do that. And he was butthurt by a Vine where it wasn't even insulting. It was just kind of like, first off, why are you mad at someone doing donuts and snow in an empty parking lot? What harm are you? It's like you're causing no harm.
yeah.
I don't know.
Like
so,
how he pulled up to your window like that.
Yeah,
How's it going, Josh?
he said, how you doing, Josh? And I'm like,
Good.
I'm all right. And he goes, you don't remember me? And I was like literally like, bro, are you serious, my dude?
I wish you had a dash cam to like.
I have one now. I would have gotten on video, and I wasn't even that kid. Like, I wasn't even the kid doing like.
Yeah, you were a good kid.
I wasn't doing any garbage. It was just we got like 6 inches of powder in Clark. So. Yeah, that cop, he was like, we're the police. We see everything. He said it just like that. And then I said that. I called the cop I was with. I called him right when I left the being pulled over, and he was dying laughing. He's like, bro, like, first off, that's not like, what did the police have? They have data surveillance on Vine? Like, that's not a real thing. So sorry, you guys just triggered me. You brought back a memory. I wish I could run that cop again.
I was going to say, I
amazing
wonder if he still
story.
works in Clark.
I'm glad you shared
moved
that
on.
with the pod. The people need to hear that. It's so funny.
Well, the Clark Police Department got taken over by the state police a few years ago. I don't know what the status on that is.
Didn't Patterson just get taken over by?
Yeah, Patterson also just got taken over.
I should tell that story and make a TikTok. We should make a TikTok out of that story.
You should. I can clip it too. So
Can I tell my incident with the Clark Police Department for this TikTok?
yes,
I want to tell this story of what actually happened when I was like 17.
mark that, Jim. Perfect. That was clutch.
Viral. All right. And with that, thank you all for listening to the podcast this week. Like we said, you can go to thegardenstate.com, get some merch, buy it as a gift, and make sure to tell your friends about the podcast. We love all our listeners. We love New Jersey. We want to see this state be the best it could be. True story.
Boys, what's the? I don't know if you guys listen to the entire podcast. Like both, I'm talking to you guys.
Yeah.
Every week I've been throwing in like a old school song or something.
Yeah.
What song do you guys want as the outro this week? It's playing right now.
Ooh.
I loved when we played Kiss from a Rose. It was like that was a great
We
drop.
need some Fleetwood Mac.
All right.
Yeah, I could go with that.
What song you want, Jim?
Dreams? I don't know.
Yeah, we could do dream. You can do dreams.
Okay, cool. Dreams is playing. That's awesome. That's my favorite part of editing the podcast. Putting the
Guys,
outro music, and I hope people appreciate it.
I hate to cut you off. I gotta go pee, man.
Well, I think we're done.
All right, bye.
Okay, bye, guys.
All right, later.
See you later.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.
See you later.
You're listening to the Garden State. The Dirty Jers.